Hello, everyone, and welcome to a spooky Halloween episode of the Wicked Case podcast. My name is the Rev Kev, and as always, the Mr. Hyde to my Dr. Jekyll.
Oh,
Cool Kyle.
I was wondering what you were going to come up with. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm Dr. Jekyll. I'm definitely more of the crazy, unhinged one than you are, so
That is true, yeah.
you don't get nearly as upset as quick, unless it's a shell thing. So we're just hanging out at my house today, so if the audio sounds a little off, we apologize for that. We're trying to do our best. We're trying out some new mics.
Yeah.
They seem to be working pretty well for the most part.
Yeah, on-the-go mics. So
On the go mics, we're going to be here to talk about some hallowed haunts with you, and we're just, keeping an eye on some NFL Red Zone, because why the heck not?
Yeah.
First and foremost, thanks for all of you that listen, especially our German friend
Yes.
overseas. We greatly appreciate it. 4 or 5 weeks consistently now. We see you. We see
do.
you. We appreciate you.
And a couple weeks now, Virginia.
Some love to Virginia. Virginia is for lovers, as you all know. And shout out to Finland this week.
Oh, yeah, Finland.
Finland giving us a listen. We greatly appreciate it. We appreciate everyone and everybody who comes out and takes a few minutes out of their day to listen to us ramble on and talk about nonsense. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode, the Cards Against Humanity, the Ka episode. We hope you enjoyed that special one with Chef. But today, because we completely forgot to do it the other day, we said, you know what? What would be a nice treat? Why don't we, not throw any tricks?
No tricks.
And,
All treats.
give our Wicked Nation a Halloween episode.
On Halloween.
On Halloween. So, we're just going to casually, talk about Halloween and what we think of it and all that stuff. And I'm going to let Cool Kyle goes first, because this man right here, he loves him some Halloween.
I do enjoy Halloween. Ever since I was a kid, I've always really enjoyed Halloween. I always had a costume every year, even as an adult. I didn't go trick-or-treating as an adult, but I do like to hand out candy to the kids.
It's crazy. It's an overlap when you get older. Like, from the time you're a young kid until, I don't know, let's call it like early teens, like 11 or 12, is when you kind of slow down, unless you've got like an older sibling.
Yeah.
Or, a younger sibling. If you have a younger sibling, you may have to go with them, so you may dress up just to be a part with them or whatever. And then as you get older and older, now you're starting to go to Halloween parties or costume parties with friends. And then when you're an adult, you go to this adult, Halloween party where, all these people are dressed in very risque clothing. And
Yeah. I guess Halloween has different meaning for everybody depending on,
it's the one time a year you can pretend that you're something else and not looked on as being, I guess, a weirdo for it. There are people who live the Halloween life year round, and I respect those people, and those are, cosplayers, and I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
There are plenty of girls on Twitter that I follow that are cosplayers.
Oh, yeah. The TikToks are just full of girls that love to cosplay.
Yeah, that's your thing. I am not here to shame you. I respect it.
Hey, to each their own, right?
Absolutely.
So, I had a couple of thoughts for Halloween that I figured we could talk about.
Sure, I'm all ears.
So, I got a question for you.
Sure, what's up?
If you had to take on one horror villain in a fight that you could beat, who would it be? I've already got mine in mind, so I'm gonna...
All right, you go ahead. I want to hear yours and what your reasoning is.
Who I could take on in a fight?
Right.
Chucky.
Chucky?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could definitely take on Chucky.
I was kind of going in that same realm. I was gonna say the Leprechaun.
That was my second choice.
If we're thinking about this, like, Michael Myers, he's gonna kill me. Jason, he's gonna kill me. Leatherface, he's gonna kill me. Freddy's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Hellraiser's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's most of these people are gonna kill me. I could maybe the Stay Puft Man.
Oh yeah, I'd eat the fuck out of him.
And Slimer, he's kind of a ghost, but you've kind of made friends with the ghosties, so
that's true.
You might be okay there.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of any ghosts or paranormal shit. It's the ones that like
You acknowledge it.
oh yeah, you can acknowledge it, yeah, but I would be more terrified at like the freaking Freddys or the Jasons.
Yeah.
You know, like those ones.
I don't do clowns either.
So definitely not it.
Not it. Not any of them. No, I don't do those. No, no. Clowns make me uneasy. I don't know why. Like I'm not afraid of them. They just make me uneasy.
There's a lot of people who don't like clowns.
No.
I think Chef is the same way.
It's an irrational fear.
Yeah.
It's rational but irrational at the same time.
Clowns, I mean, I think it's just the fact that they're supposed to be so happy and you know that there's some like deep.
Well, I mean, there was that whole weird thing for a while a couple years ago where people were just dressing up like clowns and just randomly staring like at you in the bushes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And that wasn't just like, a one-off. It was like all over the place it was happening.
Yeah, and wasn't there a killer who also dressed up as a clown?
John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to.
Yeah, no.
No,
And then of course there's the Patton Oswalt bit about the clown, where he just this guy just comes out with his face painted, rolling a suitcase with a vest on, just comes out of the woods. It's just I don't know. It's a weird vibe.
it's a snake.
Yeah.
What do you want? A sword or a snake?
Yeah.
I guess I'll.
No.
Sorry, I'm gonna take my necklace off because it keeps pinching the hair on the back of my neck.
Well, that is unfortunate. So yeah, I think I'd be able to probably take out either Chucky or the Leprechaun. They give me a good battle. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
I think ultimately,
How about
anybody.
Annabelle.
Huh?
Annabelle.
I don't do dolls, man. I don't want to. I don't want to turn this into like a gender thing.
Yeah.
So like The Exorcist, no, I don't want to fuck with that. No. No. Keep the Headless Horseman. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
No. Dracula, Frankenstein. No, I'm good.
Yeah. All right. Another question.
Sure.
In the zombie apocalypse.
Oh crap, I'm dead.
I was gonna ask you, how long do you think you survive?
Depends on who I'm with. If I'm just by myself, I might be able, depending on where they're at, I'd give myself at least a couple days.
Couple days. Okay.
Couple days. I think it all depends on how bad it is. I could give myself a couple days max. If I'm with somebody who has like the right gear and is like well prepared for it, I would say I'm going to last as long as that person's going to last. But if it's just me by myself, I mean, what are we talking? Like if they're just surrounding me, I'm not going to last for more than like 24 hours. I'll be dead. I will be one of the first ones dead.
I mean, I can agree with that. I think I could last longer than a few days. I could probably last a couple weeks.
You'd last longer in the zombie apocalypse than you did with the one chip challenge.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. My mouth feels like a zombie right now.
Well, you did man up, I guess, and do the chip challenge yesterday, but you only did it for 30 seconds, and then you spit the chip out, and then they were like, well, too bad. The spices are already in your system. Good luck.
Yeah. It's kind of like that moment where you're like, I fucked up.
Yeah. It was at this moment he realized he fucked up. Well, not to mention, what really had me was that you kind of did the same, kind of thing that I was doing.
Well, and that's the thing, because I didn't swallow any of it either. Some of it got in the back of my throat, but I didn't swallow it. But when it did go down the back of my throat, the saliva, it was immediately hiccup.
Yeah,
hiccup.
that was what it was. It was the hiccups. I just hear.
Those are the fastest hiccups I've ever had in my life. Like, I could not stop hiccuping.
So, let the record show he had like a cracked corner of, a chip.
About, what would you say, a quarter size?
A quarter size, and I did a whole chip.
Yeah.
So.
I will say never again. Never again. I'm not doing it. You can't make me. I will not even entertain it.
Oh, no, there's a price of money for you to do it.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
There's a price of money.
If you're offering me a lot of money.
If someone was like, listen, let's say it's $100,000.
Oh, yeah, I would do it for $100,000. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so there is a price you would do it, especially if you were like, listen, if they said $100,000, but you have to wait like 10 minutes without anything to drink or eat.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to do it again.
Okay.
I just that was so bad, and I couldn't even imagine doing the full chip and swallowing it,
And then waiting.
and then waiting. I have to build up my tolerance if that's the
Hey,
case.
listen, even if you built up tolerance, it's still, you may not be able to. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Halloween costume as a kid?
Okay, so I was pretty generic with my Halloween costumes,
Same.
but if I had to choose one from childhood, it was the Power Rangers. I was the Red Power Ranger.
Yeah, that was a popular one in the 90s, and it was there every year. Didn't matter,
It's probably still. I bet if we walked into Walmart right now, it'd still be there.
Yeah, but not as like. No, I think it's been taken over. It might be there, but nowadays the popular costumes are your Fortnites and your Minecrafts.
Mm.
Those are the new kids on the block.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've gotten to the point now where yes, when you're a kid, you want whatever's cool. I think once you start getting towards like late teenager to mid adult, then it switches over to whatever costume you think is gonna get you the most attention.
Right.
You know?
Or I'm broke. What do I have in my closet that I can make work?
It's probably how people came up with the whole ghost in the bed sheets.
Probably. Or the toga thing. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know what my favorite costume would be. I would say I don't want to go Power Ranger because you just said Power Ranger. I would say maybe football player
Oh, okay.
because I had like the full. So it came with. I was a Patriots player. I essentially was Drew Bledsoe, but I got I had gray pants I wore with it with blue socks and cleats, and then I had this like a T-shirt kind of jersey thing with the number 11 on it, and then I had a helmet, and then I did a little bit of face paint like eye black, whatever.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't.
I mean,
too
that
bad.
would be a kind of a cool one, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen kids go as football players before. But...
And then one year at work, when I worked at CVS, I did. Me and my coworker Latoya and I were working, and Latoya was like, "I'm gonna dress up like the Undertaker, like full
Nice.
garb, like black hat and overcoat and everything." And I was like, "I'll go as John Cena." So it's really not hard to be John Cena back in like the early 2000s. It literally was a pair of like jorts or cargo pants or whatever, and like an old school throwback shirt. I had my bike chain. I put my bike chain around my neck, and I just
word life.
Yeah, just coming in, word life. I walked into like the store or whatever, and I like people looking at me, and then I went like behind the counter, and they were like, I was like, "Happy Halloween," because I work here. Word life.
Word life. Choke on D's.
Nah, he wasn't at that point yet.
Oh, he wasn't at that point.
That was a
yet.
couple of years down the road.
Oh, so you're talking about like early John Cena.
Yeah, like he had just turned into a face.
Oh, okay.
But he was still doing the word life gimmick. We hadn't gotten to big match John. I'm gonna push everybody down, and not let anybody succeed in this profession other than me.
Okay. Whoop. Uh-oh.
You know, I will never not get used to the fact that my phone is charging, and I always do that. And one of these days, I'm just gonna rip the phone and the cord all together, and I'm gonna start a fire, and I'm gonna end up tragically going. So you know.
Oh jeez.
I got it. Well, I had a message. I'm sorry.
We both had a message. That was the group chat, by the way.
Oh, okay. That's what that was. Oh, okay.
Yes, that was a group chat.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it said because I didn't look at it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Well, I had another question too. What was it? Had something to do with Halloween. Oh, it had something to do with candy.
Oh, what's my favorite candy?
Well, I mean, we've talked about our favorite candies. What was the appropriate amount of candy to get before you called it a night?
Depending on what my bucket was, I needed at least a bucket full. I wasn't one of those whatchamacallit, pillowcase people.
Oh, no pillowcase. Okay.
Sorry, I had a brain fart there. Yeah, I wasn't a pillowcase person. I was just whatever my Halloween bucket or bag was, that's what I used, and I just tried to get as much candy as I could. I always hated when I got like a toothbrush
Oh, dude, that was
or
the
like
worst.
an apple or like a pack of crackers.
Oh,
I mean, I was thankful for it. Don't get me wrong, because people didn't have to give me stuff.
I think my favorite one was the Pocket Bible. That
Oh,
that was my favorite one.
nice, nice. I actually had one year we went with some people on where I used to live with my dad, and you're right there.
Yeah, I'm just putting a little something on my back.
Oh, I see. And we go to get candy from this person's house, and my buddy goes, "I'm thirsty. Can I come inside for a drink of water?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure." And he's just standing there in his costume, just drinking water. I was like,
Oh, jeez.
I mean, it's not like anything crazy. I need a drink of water. I'm thirsty. I've been walking around trick or treating. I'm thirsty.
Hey, I mean, I would probably do the same thing too. But did you steal my necklace?
No,
Yeah, watch me, pal.
I don't steal things from you, Kyle. That would be wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Stealing is wrong.
Yes.
I
Don't
am-
do it, kids.
I would never do that to you ever. I have
Yeah.
never stolen any of your stuff ever.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
We didn't really think this episode out, did we? We're just kind of randomly talking about stuff.
Well, I mean, we got plenty of Halloween stuff and that we can talk about.
I know, but I'm like easily distracted by the fact that there's football on right now.
You could turn it off.
I could, but why would I do that? There's football on right now.
I know, but we got a show.
We're doing the show, and I'm answering your questions. What is your favorite Halloween candy?
My favorite Reese's.
Reese's, of course.
Oh, of course.
It's Reese's, of course it is.
Yeah, I mean, you get the
Any-
more Reese's you get, the
any-
happier you are.
Yeah, any type of Reese's. Normally, I wasn't too picky about what candy I had. There was a couple times where I was kind of like, I'm not really happy that I got this, but you know.
Yeah, I mean that usually happened when you got like the caramels. I mean, even caramels weren't that bad, but or like the what do they call those things?
Not Charleston Chews. The Laffy Taffies used to always
Laffy
get me.
Taffy. There was these ones that my mom used to like. They were the black and white Mike and Ike's.
Oh.
I forget what they call them. They had a name.
Oh, I know what you're talking
My
about.
mom used to like them. I was not a big fan of those.
No.
And when you got those little packets, you were like, oh, Good and Plenty.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, not Good and Plenty. I don't think so. I don't like those. Oh boy, what's going on?
I'm getting a message. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait.
What happened?
Hold on. I'm being asked if they mind if him and Ian swing by. What? Why would you swing by?
What, here?
Yeah.
They want to be on the show?
I don't know.
You want to be on the Wicked Case podcast?
Yeah, we're all podcasts. Yeah. Think of something to talk about. I don't know. We're really sorry this episode is just kind of all over the place.
No, we're just having fun talking. It's Halloween, man.
Favorite Halloween movie?
Oh, that's a good one. All right. So, it depends on what we're talking about. If you're talking about true horror films, I would say either like The Ring or like Annabelle. Those are pretty good. If you're talking about just like Halloween-y sort of fun movies, Hocus Pocus definitely. What do you mean? Why are you shaking your head?
Because the movies you've mentioned, I have never seen any of them.
You've never seen any of them?
No.
Not even Hocus Pocus?
No.
My God.
Please. Like, there isn't a list of movies that I've asked you if you've seen. You said no.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just saying. Most, if you...
I don't do Halloween movies, my guy.
Yeah. Victoria and I watched Ernest Scared Stupid the other day. Technically, that's a Halloween movie.
Okay.
And you've seen that one, I bet, right?
No.
My boy. I don't know.
My Halloween adventure, Nightmare Before Christmas. That's about. I'm sure I've seen other Halloween movies too. I saw Jeepers Creepers. Thought it was kind of stupid.
Jeepers Creepers. I actually have not seen that one.
It wasn't that great. It was like, I've seen House on Haunted Hill.
Okay, yep, seen that one.
I haven't seen too many. I haven't seen like The Exorcist or anything, like that at all.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends on what you like to watch. Like, I was more into like the kid Halloween movies, like Halloween Town.
Nope, didn't
Uh,
see it.
like yeah, Halloween Town, Hocus
No,
Pocus, Ernest Scared Stupid.
no,
Yeah, those were pretty much the Halloween movies that I loved.
no.
Um,
I like a Rugrats Halloween.
I don't think I've seen that one.
or or any like anything Halloween themed that like Nickelodeon came out with. And even now when I'm watching with my kids, any like Halloween themed like Disney with like Mickey Mouse or something.
Yeah, I mean I can respect it. I don't necessarily watch any of it, so I don't know. You know, I don't watch Disney anymore or Nickelodeon, so not quite sure. What was I gonna say? I had another question too that popped into my head. Um, I can't think of it now. I had a whole bunch of things in my head that I was gonna say, and half of them don't even pop up in my head anymore. I
Well,
think my mouth is still spiced out from the chip. I don't know what to think anymore, man. Trying to think.
sorry, I was in the middle of texting. That's my fault. I apologize. I was asked if I wanted company, but I don't really need company because it's not like I'm here by myself. So, this is a Halloween show that is going completely off the rails, and I
It's
like
okay.
it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's Halloween. It's supposed to be fun and festive, and you're
It
supposed
is.
to relax and have a good time.
I will say the Halloween is starting to turn the corner for me because my favorite time of the year is coming up, which will be Thanksgiving.
That
I
is true.
love Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I love this time of year too, all the way up until Christmas, and then I get really sad and depressed.
Yeah, I don't like Christmas.
Yeah, you don't like Christmas?
I don't like Christmas.
Why?
It's too commercial of a holiday.
Uh, yeah. I mean, I guess I would much rather have like a Christmas and a Thanksgiving than any other holiday, though. It's time to spend with the family. We have a good time. Drink some eggnog, play some Cards Against Humanity or Yahtzee. You know, it's a good time.
I do like eggnog. They have eggnog out now. Not a fan of that. Why is eggnog out now?
Uh, I don't know.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, I think they try to start way too early on. I mean, if you go into Walmart right now, there's all the Christmas stuff up.
Yeah, but that's because they have to. Me,
Yeah.
working in retail, I know they have to have it out by October. You have to have it out because otherwise you're going to have a backlot of just crap.
Yeah. Well, I will say I think people do drink eggnog during Thanksgiving as well. So I mean, I guess I could see having eggnog out at this time.
No, it's too early. Anytime after Thanksgiving is fine. You can do anytime after Thanksgiving, eggnog is fine. I usually wait till my birthday to do eggnog because at least it's in December.
Yeah, I mean, I can respect that. I am the type of person, and that is something that I will ask too, because if you look at it, what is too early to decorate?
For any holiday or what? For what?
So we'll start with Christmas. What is too early to decorate for Christmas?
Now.
Now,
Like if you're somebody who literally takes down your Halloween decorations like the day after Halloween, which would be Tuesday, and then by like Thursday or Friday, like that first weekend, your Christmas is already up in November. No, I'm sorry, that's too soon.
fair enough.
You
Yeah.
didn't even acknowledge Thanksgiving, which I understand you're not going to get a bunch of crap out for Thanksgiving, but you didn't even acknowledge it. It's just how it is. It goes from Halloween straight to at least for retail. Halloween to Christmas, Christmas to Valentine's Day.
Where's Thanksgiving in all of this?
Thanksgiving doesn't get any love.
Doesn't get any love. I actually kind of like Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving is one of those days, like, yeah, it's one day, but you get to really enjoy yourself. I mean, think about the turkey and the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, and cranberry sauce, and corn, and all that other stuff that you get to eat.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like just some of these holidays are kind of like forgotten holidays, and then I don't know. I always like I said, I always liked Thanksgiving more than I liked Halloween. Maybe if I had more friends or a bigger social group and I was going to like a Halloween party, I might be more excited about it, especially if it was like a couple's Halloween party.
Yeah.
But with the current predicament that I am in, not really doing that right now. Plus, I don't have a very big social group.
Eh. I mean, I guess I could understand that. I mean, I, Halloween's one of those ones. It's like you can kind of do it by yourself, but you kind of can't. Like it's fun to do it with other people.
Well, I mean, you can do it by yourself. Like, if you decided like Halloween night, you were just gonna have the night to yourself. You turned your lights off or whatever, so you weren't gonna like give out to any trick or treaters. Or if you do, you're just there watching. You know, you're just watching your, maybe not scary movies. Maybe you're like watching Hocus Pocus or stuff like that. You're just having a Halloween kind of night and just kind of.
I get to be working this year for Halloween,
Oh, nice. Well,
and that's
I won't
fun.
be. I'll be watching football.
I'll talk to the Caspers of the
friendlies.
friendlies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah, not looking forward to that.
You know what else is something that can be considered scary? This is just completely unrelated to Halloween, though. How bad Mac Jones kind of played today. That was scary.
That's a
His throw into the void that got returned for an interception for a touchdown, only to be called back because of a personal foul call, really could have put the Patriots in quite a conundrum. And luckily for us, Mac got hit really hard, and they called a personal foul penalty. And it was a roughing the passer, which I appreciate.
I guess you could say it was a Halloween havoc.
Yes, yes.
I mean, he didn't play that well today. He barely scraped by today.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, like you said, he didn't really look himself out there.
No,
But
no, that's all right. Halloween Havoc. Let's talk about Halloween Havoc for a minute, because it is a notoriously, October pay-per-view for WCW back in the day, and it is a Halloween theme.
And now they're doing it NXT.
They are. However, from like the mid 90s, from like 93 or 94 to like 98 or 99, one of the best setups of all time as far as like presence goes, as far as like what the stage looked like. Because you had
really?
because you had, I don't know if you've seen it before.
I don't think so.
All right, let me see if I can find one for you. So that way you can kind of, hold on.
Like gauge.
Yeah, like it's pretty good. Yeah, like look at how fantastic that is.
That is sick.
Yeah. You got
Holy
the
crap.
big giant pumpkin with the Halloween Havoc carved or whatever in it, a big spooky ghoul behind it holding onto it and shaking it from side to side, and then you got the whole
That is a
look at that's fantastic.
that is
And
a
then you
pretty
got
sick
the
setup.
tombstone thing on the side. That's great.
That was WCW?
Yeah.
Man. That is a great setup.
This one's good too because it's got the spooky ghoul with the face.
Oh, that is cool.
I know. Well, that's what the problem was, is they spent all their money on that and not on what they were doing in the company, and
Yeah.
they went downhill.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully AEW doesn't go that direction.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Do I have anything else Halloween related to talk to you about? Not really.
Let me think. Because I had some other questions that I was going to ask you about Halloween, but I'm trying to think. Because I already asked you the question about who would you want to take in a fight.
Wouldn't want to take anybody in a fight, but if I had to, like I said, I would take the Leprechaun.
The Leprechaun, yeah.
And you said you would take Chucky.
Yeah. I guess it goes kind of like to conspiracy theories, too. Like,
Oh, we're not getting down conspiracy theories
we're not going
again.
to talk about COVID.
No, we're not talking about... No. See,
I'm not going to talk about that. I didn't
No.
say it. But what monster that is, out there, one that's like a conspiracy theory type of monster, do you believe in the most?
aliens, I guess.
You believe in aliens?
I think so.
Okay.
I
I
think
mean, I respect it.
I think there's too many like just weird coincidences where like shit is happening and you don't understand why. Case in point, crop circles. Like I don't know. It just like the Bigfoot thing. Like okay, yeah, maybe there's a giant 8-foot Sasquatch walking around the Pacific Northwest, and if that's the case, then cool. And same thing with like Nessie. Like maybe she exists, maybe she doesn't in Scotland, but like it feel like paranormal, not necessarily paranormal, but like extraterrestrial activity is more and more prominent today than it has ever been before.
That
And
is
the
true.
fact that like even the government now is like not even being like, oh no, it's not anything to worry about. Now they're like, oh no, we're gonna develop some type of special, group of people to take care of this for us.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I mean, I do believe in them, and then I don't at the same time, because my philosophy is that if life was intelligent enough to make it here to Earth, why are they not coming and speaking to us clearly?
because they could probably see what we're up to here, and they're like, I don't want to fuck with these stupid assholes because they're like, look at it, they're shooting each other for no reason.
Yeah.
They're shooting each other because they have a problem or they're bringing disease upon themselves. And why would I? Why if you were an otherworldly being, why would you want to subject yourself to that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can understand that, but in the same sense, like, aren't you curious about what we are, like, what we have to offer? Like, think about it, if you're extra, like, if we went and we're traveling the galaxies, wouldn't we want to look and say, "Ooh, these people, we've never seen this before. Like, we want to take a look at this closer."
Yeah, it's one of the things where maybe like they roll down like their little space window and they just look out and they're like,
Like when you're driving
hey,
through Hartford.
right. Or if you're just driving anywhere that you're unaware of and you're just kind of like rolling down the window and you just hear like something, you go, nope, roll it up.
Pow, pow, pow. All right, and I'm out.
Yeah. Not even just that, just in general, just hearing something, just going, no. Like think about this. I mean, obviously, it's all for fun and whatever, but most crop circles happen in the middle of this, like the Midwest or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of people because it's a lot of open space. Whereas it's not like the crop circles are popping up in like New York or Boston. Like that's not.
Though they wouldn't be able to because there's no farmland there.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like a majority of all the crazy activity that we'd be dealing with as humans is mostly in the city, and they would just kind of be like, "No, we're good. We're just gonna." Oh no, he fumbled the football, and it's a mad scramble for it. We're giving you bonus coverage here.
Yeah.
Bonus coverage.
Hearing it here first on the Wicked Case podcast.
Yeah.
Or you can get all podcasts.
You can. I don't even have the little form. I'm gonna have to remember it all off the top of my head.
Well, I think we should be good. I remember it.
Okay. Well, as long as you can remember it, you can do the outro.
Okay.
So
actually, hold on. Well, I don't. It's not gonna stop recording if I do this.
Okay.
I can probably pull it up.
Oh, look at you, guy. Good to go.
I can find it. Go to desktop.
Okay, great. We well, while we're waiting, we do appreciate, any information that comes from you, the Wicked Nation. If you want to, have any thoughts for us, any questions for us, if you want to subscribe to our Patreon, $3 a month, you could go ahead and do that. We would greatly appreciate it. Check out all of our socials. Let your friends tell your friends, about who we are and what we do. And obviously, normally we have a little bit better of a show structure, but we're kind of just flying by the seat of our pants here.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to give you guys something extra to listen to if you like us.
Well, not just that, we also kind of completely fucked up because we were supposed to do this show when we got together for this week, but we instead did the Cards Against Humanity. And then it wasn't until the two of us talked to each other, we were like, yeah, we were supposed to do a Halloween show, weren't we? And you were like, yeah. And you were like, oh, look, these people dressed up like Dumb and Dumber.
Oh,
that's
nice.
Fantastic. At the Indianapolis Colts game. There's a lovely couple that was dressed up like Harry and Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. The orange and the very light blue, or powdered blue, I guess, tuxedos.
Nice.
That's fun. That's fun.
Hey, it's that time of year, man. Getting dressed up and having a good time.
The one thing I will say that I don't necessarily like about Halloween is, at least working in retail, when people came in, like, you didn't know if they were here to like rob you or if they were just to like get. No, seriously. I'm sure you dealt with it too.
No, not really.
Not really? Well, no, like someone would come in with like their Halloween costume on and they'd have like a mask on and they just look over at you and you're looking at them and you're like, are you just here to buy like some chips and a soda, or are you about to hold me up for my register money? And then they would just be like, hey. And I'm just like, hi. Like, okay, you're safe. You're cool. Yeah. I had it happen to me a couple times. Maybe because I was in Norwich and...
Probably. In
Yeah,
Canterbury, it's a bunch of elderly people that retire there. So
that's factually accurate.
I never had anybody when I was at Walgreens come in
Well,
dressed up.
that's probably good.
Yeah,
There was a couple times though, where Halloween was good. Like I said, you'd have a couple of, cute girls, whatever, that would come in and they'd be like, "Oh my God, hey, we're at a party. Like that's fun. I'm working. Oh,
yeah,
that double sucks. Too bad you can't come with us. Yeah, that's really a shame. I wish I could.
yeah.
I really wish I could just leave this job that I've been hating for years.
Yeah. Hey, well, now you don't have that job anymore.
Nope, I don't
So,
have a job at all.
yeah. You're going to get one.
I
You're going
know.
to get one.
I know.
Just take your time.
Yeah, I don't really have an opportunity to take my time because, unfortunately, money is running low. So again, if you could just sign up for Patreon, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Yes. We're going to be putting some extra content there. Things that we usually do, whether we record
like
something or extra photos.
extra photos, videos, because I have a video today of Kyle half trying the one chip challenge. If we do a lot of like goofy stuff between, like before we start the show, like we'll say and do goofy shit, and we can, as
Put
long
some
as it's
bloopers
not,
up.
yeah, some bloopers, as long as it's not, offensive.
Yeah. We don't want offensive shit.
No, we do not.
Or, we have probably, like, when we went to AEW the other night, probably post some of that.
Right, we could also talk about that quickly. It's not Halloween thing, but it is something.
Danhausen technically Halloween.
Danhausen is, yes, very nice, very
Very
good.
nice, very.
So yeah, Friday night we went to AEW Rampage, which is their second show after Dynamite, at the Mohegan Sun Arena. Kyle and I had fairly good seats, basically
good.
almost like right in the middle where the ring would have been, and then in the upper deck, but the second row. So we had pretty good seats. We had a couple of people that were kind of in our way, but it wasn't
like getting up and walking.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad. We got a lot of good video that we could obviously post and show you guys what we took.
Yeah.
Some
photos.
Yeah, saw Danhausen. We took some selfies. We actually remembered to take selfies of us at an event.
I know, yeah. Gotta get used to that.
We don't normally do that.
No, we don't.
We are planning a Bruins trip. That should be scary good fun.
That'll be scary fun, yeah.
That's not till March, though.
Yeah. Who are they playing?
Detroit. Which, obviously, the way that they played Detroit this past week,
I think
it's going to be a good game because it's going to be a bit of a blood feud.
Yeah.
So
that should be good.
I think we're good.
You don't want to talk about nothing else?
Well, I mean, I don't know what else to talk about. And you said your questions you were thinking about asking.
Drawing a blank a little bit.
I mean, I can look up like Halloween questions to ask. I don't know.
I mean, if you want to, yeah. I was gonna hopefully try to get us to an hour for the people.
Okay, we can try doing that. Oh, how about your favorite Halloween theme song?
Oh, I think I would have to say the Ghostbusters theme song.
No Thriller?
Oh, Thriller too, yeah. Thriller and Ghostbusters are 1 and 2 for me.
Do you know which one mine is? You heard it today.
Nah.
The overture from Phantom of the Opera.
Oh,
I don't know why. That or Ghostbusters, probably.
yeah. Thriller is a good one too. Darkness falls upon the land.
Yeah.
Midnight hours close at hand. Creatures crawling.
Don't.
Blood.
You're gonna get us taken off because you're gonna copyright this.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
8 seconds.
Well,
I only did like 3.
I don't know.
Nah, we'll be fine.
Name something that you wouldn't want to run into in a dark forest or in an abandoned building.
Oh.
I'm gonna say
Uncle Touchy.
No, I would say like a wolf pack. I don't want to run into a pack of wolves in the middle of nowhere. Now, if I'm in a dark forest and all of a sudden I just hear, oh, because if you know there's one, it's like rats. There's a bunch of them. And now you're going to get torn apart by a fucking pack of wolves. Nah, I'm good.
That is true.
I'm all set with that. And as far as an abandoned building goes, a very overly active and creepy ghost where things are like things are rattling and pots are banging and it's just like, get out. And you're just like, nope, fuck this. I'm gone. I'm gone.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same level as you. I think getting torn apart. I'm walking into my house every night because I live in the sticks. The freaking coyotes You can hear them right in the back of my house, and you just hear them go, oh, 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 and then all of a sudden they all just start chattering, and I'm sitting there trying to unlock my door, and I cannot unlock my door fast enough.
Mhm.
I'm like sitting there trying to get it, and you ever have that moment where something is like in 4 dimensions?
Yeah.
Where you're like, you stick the K in, it's like it's not going in, you're like, fuck. So you tried to go the other way. You're like, maybe they changed the locks on me. Nope, go back this way. Nope, it's not going in. Up, down, left, right. Finally, you get it in, and at that point, I'm dead. That's it. Torn apart by coyotes.
It's a terrible way to go. Have you ever played with a Ouija board?
No, and I
Nope.
never want to.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
You all can keep that.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Favorite horror monster or villain?
Favorite horror monster or villain?
Yeah.
I would say I think my favorite villain has to be the guy from Saw.
Okay.
You know?
Jigsaw.
The Jigsaw, yeah.
Okay.
Monster wise, I would say Frankenstein is probably my favorite monster. What?
No, mine's just stupid.
What?
Count Chocula.
Count Chocula is not a horror.
No,
Count
it says favorite horror monster or villain. Technically, he's a count, so he would be a villain, and he's Chocula because he's delicious.
Oh my god.
Count Chocula. No, they had. Nah, I mean, there's a bit of a fascination with vampires, so I would say probably Dracula.
If I can't even count on my hand the amount of times that my father has watched Twilight. I don't know why. He loves that series.
That's funny to imagine your dad watching Twilight. That's funny.
He likes all those type of movies, like all the ones like the
Your
Twilight
dad.
and shit.
I will say this: every time I'm at your house, they are talking about like supernatural beings or aliens or something. It's always on in your TV. It's
Yes.
never just like, the weather or sports. It's about vampires and shit.
My mom has these ghost shows that she watches on Discovery that I swear to God, when you walk into the house, hello, is anybody there? Boom, slam, get out. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I heard that. It's down this hall. Let's go. Let's go down this hall. Let's go find it. Like that is constantly what you hear on my television all the time.
Oh, you can be able to answer this question. You may have already actually done it before. What is the creepiest thing that has ever happened while you were alone?
Oh yeah, working at my current place of employment, we definitely have some spirits there, and it's funny. My coworker came up to me the other day, and I was vacuuming so I couldn't hear her, and she flicked the lights to try to get my attention, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I turn around and look at her. I go, oh, thank God it's just you. And she goes, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, She goes, oh, I know what you're talking about. I said, you do? She goes, yeah, I have had experiences here too. I'm like, well, I joined the club then because I've had plenty of them. Told her all my experiences.
I think mine, as far as being by myself, I was at work once. I mean, granted, I had a pharmacist with me, but still I was like in charge of like the rest of the store by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And on the night that the Purge election year came out, that same night that movie came out, the fucking power on the whole strip of West Main Street went out.
Oh.
Everything is blacked out at like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night.
Oh my
God. It was like 11:30.
That would be creepy.
Yeah. So the alarm is going off because obviously the system got tripped. So that thing's beeping at me, and I'm looking outside. Every street light's out. Everything is pitch black and dark. It's dark except for the 2 like safety floodlights that are on around the store. And I'm just like, I'm going to fucking die. I'm literally going to die right now. And I had to like lock the door, but because of some weird shit. So like you couldn't like lock the first door correctly, but the second one you could. So people could have still come into like the first area and been in the vestibule, but not being able to get into the store because the second door would have been locked.
Some dude with a mask just standing there. Like,
Yeah. Bray Wyatt looking at me or something. Yeah.
Uncle Howdy.
Yeah, no. Oh, quickly about Uncle Howdy. 2 conspiracy theories real quickly.
I know which one you're going to say because I heard it too.
What is it?
That Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy.
No.
Oh.
No.
Somebody was making that point on TikTok the other day because...
The earring.
The earring, yeah.
No. The other one would be Barry Windham.
Barry Windham?
Because Barry Windham is technically his uncle in real life.
Really?
Barry Windham is Bray and Bo Dallas's uncle.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. So that could be Uncle Howdy.
Oh.
Then
Huh.
some other people think that it's just Bray Wyatt under a mask.
I was kind of like the way it looked. It looked like him,
If
kind of.
you were dared to spend the night in a haunted house, would you do it?
Yes. I've
Mm-hmm.
already spent my many nights in a haunted school, so
Mm-hmm.
I think I would take that bet.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on how much money it is. I mean, I'm not doing it for $5, but you know, depends on the amount of money and
Mm-hmm.
all that fun jazz.
Okay. I would say I'm going to answer the same way this person did on this question.
Uh-huh.
I'd have 3 questions to ask. First off, would it be legal? As in, is it an abandoned house with no trespassing signs, or is it a cozy haunted bed and breakfast? 2, would I have a bed to sleep in because there's no way I'm staying awake the entire night? And finally, and most importantly, third, can I lock the door so I know that no one's going to fuck with me while I'm trying to complete said dare? If that's the case, then I might consider it. I know that there are haunted houses. I think there's a haunted house. The most famous one, I believe, is down in Tennessee, where no one's ever survived it before. You have to sign a waiver. They can basically do whatever they want to you.
Oh, you're talking about like a haunted manor sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah, McKinney Manor is what I believe they call it.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
They can pretty much do whatever they want to you. They can torture you. They can do whatever they want to you.
Yeah, they
But you have to be there for like 2 or 3 days.
Yes.
Like, fuck that.
Yeah, no, that's some masochistic shit.
Fuck that.
And they have a huge waiting list to get in there.
I know they do.
I'm like, how the fuck? Why would you want to put yourself through that? I just put myself through a very small portion of the one chip challenge.
Because.
And I was sad.
That's what they do. Are you superstitious?
Yeah, a little bit.
I am. I'm sports superstitious.
You're sports superstitious, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, certain things I'll do, like, if I won't walk under a ladder.
Well, that's just common sense. I mean,
yeah. I mean, if I break a mirror, I'll say a little prayer. If I spill the salt, I'll toss some behind me, or I don't know, it's a salt or pepper, whatever you're supposed to do it with.
if you go through a screen, you'll get belittled and yelled at.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like a ghost going through the plane, just.
Yeah, pretty much. Do you ever see figures in your peripheral vision?
Yes.
Do you see like figures and beings on the side of you?
Yeah, at the school, I'll see shadows. I'll sometimes be walking down the hallway and I'll see a shadow out the corner of my eye that looks like a figure, and I'll go to look, and then they're not there. And I guess apparently from what I've heard from people who are spiritual say is that you're not supposed to look directly at them because then they'll disappear. If you put all your focus into looking at them, they won't be there. So if you actually want to experience them, you kind of look somewhat in their direction and you accept them versus, shunning them or like being scared of them. So I've definitely seen them though at the corner of my eye.
Okay. Do you have an urban legend that scares you the most? I'll say this. I don't know about too many urban legends. The only 2 that I know of offhand off the top of my head are 2 from when I went to the YMCA summer camp in Preston. And one was the Mad Clown, which was supposed to be some like crazy psychotic clown who lived in a tent in the woods and would like kill people.
Oh.
Yeah. And luckily this was not an overnight camp. And I guess there was one instance where my group that I was with was like, we're going to go on a trail and go try to walk around and find it. How they managed to get through these trails and not get lost, I will never know. I stayed back because I was like, I'm definitely not going. They all came back and they were like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we found the Mad Clown's tent. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they were like, yeah, we found it like an abandoned tent and there was a bunch of like old Pepsi cans laying around. And I'm like, you sure that's just not somebody's like tent they set up and just it was a coincidence? And they're like, no, it's definitely not. And I'm like, okay. And then this one, which is more on the premises and you saw it, was called the Haunted Wagon. And the Haunted Wagon there was a legitimately like a coach, like a stagecoach wagon that was behind the arts and crafts building that was just sitting there. And it was all like rotted and rusted over and there was leaves and stuff on it. And allegedly they were, because I mean, it's all like dirt trails and stuff there. So there was, I guess, a thing where the wagon was running through and I don't know what happened, but it crashed into a tree and the person that was on the wagon, they died. and then the wagon was just there. So it was like you could definitely see it. It wasn't like it was off in the distance. You literally saw this thing every time you went to the arts and crafts building. So whether
I'm sorry, it reminds me of the Patton Oswalt bit when he's talking about giving birth. When the stagecoach went into the gully.
yes.
Oh boy.
Do you have any urban legends that scare you, or nah, not really?
I can't think of any at the moment. No.
Okay. Do you prefer gore or thrillers?
I would say thriller.
I'd go gore, because normally with gore, it's not as scary to me. It's just kind of like and honestly too. And the other thing is, there's a lot of people, specifically my ex-wife, who will tell you this. She's not a big fan of horror movies or thrillers. And it's not so much the jump scare or the movie that gets you, it's the music that gets you. If you pause this movie, like if you mute the music out, it's just a regular movie. It's the anticipation and the buildup with like the simple like violin playing. It's like and all of a sudden and you're just like, oh fuck, and that's what gets you. But if you're just sitting there, you're just going, oh shit, that scared me. Like
yeah. Well, and on the flip side of that, I also really do enjoy, like, jump scare sort of things.
I don't do jump scares, man. I'm not a fan. I enjoy being the person jump scaring others. I prefer not to be jump scared.
I don't think you've ever watched it. You have Netflix?
I do.
You ever watch The Haunting of Hill Manor, I think it's called? Well, basically, it's about how, the people buy a house, and then there's spirits in the house, and the spirits...
I saw a Haunting in Connecticut.
Yeah.
That was an interesting movie.
Yeah. But anyways, so there's this scene where the two sisters are arguing, and they're driving in the car. No music whatsoever, and they're just arguing back and forth. And you're getting invested into the argument because they're going at each other, and they're arguing. And all of a sudden, the ghost pops up from the back seat and goes, rah! And, like, you just, like, freaking lose your freaking shit because you're like, oh, my God. Because you weren't expecting it,
No.
Like, there was no music, so there was no lead up to it. You didn't know. They were just, and you were so invested with the argument because it was part of the storyline that all of a sudden, bam. So I like something like that because it really does get me when, in terms of, like, horror,
Okay. Do you get scared easily?
I would say half and half.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I will get scared if it's a real life situation. Like, obviously if somebody's outside with a hatchet and they're running at me, yeah, I'm gonna be fucking scared.
Have you ever said Bloody Mary 3 times in a mirror?
No.
Okay.
I'm not gonna try it either.
I've tried it. It's nothing special. Do you believe in demons or the devil?
Yes.
Okay.
110% I do.
Okay.
There are spirits out there.
You are home alone, but you hear footsteps in your house. What's your next move?
So you're home alone, but you hear footsteps? I mean, the first thing I'm doing is going and grabbing a baseball bat and then walking the house.
Okay.
I mean, and if the footsteps are still going and there's nobody in the house and I've walked the whole house, I'm getting the fuck out the house.
Okay. Okay. If you got trapped in one scary movie, which one would you choose?
Chucky. I could take Chucky.
Leprechaun.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Yeah. I mean, Leprechaun isn't that bad. Chucky's not that bad either. So, I mean, I would take either one.
If you could only wear one Halloween costume for the rest of your life, what would you be?
A 34-year-old depressed man.
One Halloween costume for the rest of my life, what would I choose?
Yeah.
Oh, God. So you got to think something that's going to be like...
Practical.
Well, not necessarily practical, but it works on all facets.
Yeah.
Because it's something you have to wear for the rest of your life. So you can't be like, dressed up like a Ghostbuster. Because if you're going to like some fancy dinner, you're going to be dressed up like a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
So
maybe like a businessman, Businessman. I mean... I'm just going to dress up as Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice should be all right.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice? No, nothing happened. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm not sure what I would be for the rest of my life. That'd be a tough decision.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to be that and not
Because
only that,
I would say something simple like a doctor, but then people would be like, "Oh, you're a doctor," and be like, "Oh no, just dressed up like one."
yeah. I mean, maybe I would say like scarecrow because you can take the straw out and just wear the scarecrow like the
That's true.
clothes with the
I
khakis.
suppose you could do that. Yeah,
No,
yeah, but if it's 100 degrees outside,
yeah, that's true.
you
But
gotta. Yeah,
you're not gonna be able to wear anything then. Oh, you gonna do be lifeguard,
I'd be John Cena.
Baywatch,
You'd be John Cena
John Cena.
with the khakis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you ever go to a graveyard at night?
I have before.
Have you played hide and seek at a graveyard?
No, fuck that shit.
Okay.
I go to pay my respects,
Okay.
but no, I would not play hide and seek, and I would not visit it at deep, deep night.
Okay. In a zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice?
Well, I mean, I think most people would say a gun.
Nope.
Obviously, no,
No gun.
no. Oh yeah, that's true because you can run out of bullets.
Spikes on a baseball bat.
Spikes on a baseball bat. Yeah, I can respect that.
The
yeah.
problem though with that is when you hit somebody, you gotta like pull the bat out, so it takes you a minute. So
Yeah, that's the only problem.
they did it. They did a test on this on MythBusters about what would be better, like an axe or a gun. And at first glance, it was an axe was better, but then they retried it again, and the gun was better.
Yeah, guns are quicker and easier, but those take material.
Yeah.
Whereas like an axe doesn't, but it's slower. I mean, there's also like you could do like a katana or a sword.
That's true.
You know, like Michonne from The Walking Dead.
That's true. You're in a horror movie. Are you the first girl or the first person to die? Are you the first girl? I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer?
Comic relief, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably the comic relief. I'm either the comic relief. I'm a combination of the comic relief and the skeptic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not the first person to die.
Yeah. No.
But I'm not the random ditzy girl that dies either.
Yeah.
And I'm not the killer because I just don't have it in me to kill.
While watching a scary movie, are you the person who yells at the characters, the person with their eyes covered the whole time, or the person who falls asleep? So are you asleep? Did you fall asleep during the movie? Do you have your eyes covered, or are you yelling at the TV?
I mean, if you had to choose one of those, I guess maybe yelling at the TV. I don't really say, I don't say a ton when I'm watching shows either. I don't close my eyes because I don't get scared.
I feel like I probably would fall asleep because I wouldn't be invested. I would just kind of be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'm not
It's like,
really invested.
no, man.
How about if you could have a spooky Halloween pet, a black cat, an owl, a bat, a rat, or a wolf, what would you pick?
Well, it's a pet, which means that it's probably on your side, so I gotta go with a wolf, man.
Yeah, same here. Wolf.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, owls are kind of cool. A rat, no. I mean, I have a hamster, but that's as far as I'll go.
Yeah.
You know?
You got a hamster, but that's as far as I go.
Yeah. Like, after that, it's like the pet has to have some value to you, in that sort of situation. So,
Yeah.
I guess I'm going with the wolf.
Okay.
You know?
Well, because I happened to find that thing quickly for you, I got us to our hour. So you're welcome.
We did, yeah. Hey. We got a full hour of Halloween content for you, right here on the Wicked Case Podcast.
A half hour of Halloween content for you because we were kind of all over in the beginning of the episode.
Only for a few minutes.
It was very
most of it was Halloween.
It was very roller coastery.
Eh.
That's all right though. But I will stop talking and I will let you read off the fun things that we have to tell to the Wicked Nation.
Okay, Wicked Nation. We are streaming on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, and wherever you can get all major podcasts, as well as YouTube and
Deezer.
Our phone number is 774-764-9074. That is 774-764-9074. Our email is thewickedks@gmail.com. We have a website. You can go and get all our discography. That is www.thewickedks.com. We are on socials, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter @TheWickedKS. We do have a Patreon. If you can go on and subscribe, it's only $3 a month. You get extra content. You can add votes. You can add your opinion. We will make you our priority if you subscribe to our Patreon. That is www.patreon.com/thewickedks. And that is all our information.
So thank you for listening. Shout out, of course, to everybody everywhere all over the world, be it a state here in the U.S. like Virginia, or a country in the world such as Germany, Canada, Mexico, Italy.
Panama.
Not Italy. Sorry, Ireland. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get somebody from Italy this week. Who knows? Maybe I was like foretelling it to happen.
Yeah, Rev, you always foretell everything. So
I try.
You are
But
like the soothsayer of our.
I have my moments. So, but again, thank you for all of your continued support. Happy Halloween to everyone. Be safe if you're going out trick or treating or if you're going to a costume party. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. And if you are planning on drinking and driving, don't. But get an Uber or a friend or somebody to help you. Make sure to pass your keys in or stay at that person's house if you can.
Yeah, just drink responsibly.
Yes.
As they always say.
And until next time, happy Halloween to all.
Happy
peace
Halloween.
and love.
And let's get wicked.
But peace and love.
But let's get wicked on this Halloween night.